All right, boys, what is good? Today we took one trade, got a much needed W. So in this video, I'm gonna break it down for you. So we risked 450 to make 2,700 roughly for a 6.06 R, this is the most money I've made on one trade on this evaluation, and this is my second highest R multiple. It's either ever or on this evaluation. So this was a good trade. Here are the executions. So we got short at 37, took one off at like 13 points, another one off at 20 points, then another one off at like 21 points. So that totaled up to be around 2,700. And here's the trade of 8, just in case you guys want to see that. So as you can see, our balance is back at 156K. We definitely needed that after the last 3 weeks we've had, just with not being confident with the new conditions that were happening and just messing up after we got close last time to passing. So it really does feel good to just get that one under my belt and like get my footing back, I feel like. But here, I'm going to break this down for you guys a little bit. So I usually journal in my Journey to Profitability tab, but I'm switching to the daily journal because I realized that you can have the daily journal attached to trade review notes and stuff, so it just makes way more sense. So I'm switching to that. But anyway, pre-market plan, we were not going to get long in any scenario today, and we were basically just looking for sellers to appear since we were near the 5630 supply area, and then there's another one above it at 5649. So essentially, I was waiting for sellers to appear to play short today, and there was no situation where I was looking for long entries. All right, so with that being said, let me just show you guys what the actual chart. I trade on a 1 minute, or I look at the 1 minute when it comes to the chart. So just to point out some reference areas, we got a London session high right here. The reason I say that is because I actually like to wait for highs to get swept before initiating any shorts. So I just had this high in mind right here. Yeah, I mean, London session was kind of like a consolidation thing from overnight too. And this would have been, I think, our 9th day in a row closing green on ES. So I was just expecting for we didn't get a significant pullback by any means today, but I was expecting some sort of pullback, especially with the supply zones that we were in. So yeah, essentially before we started trading today, I actually didn't even think that I was gonna find a trade. But when I saw this unfold, I just decided to take it and it worked out. So yeah, that was my pre-market analysis. I had the supply levels and I was not looking to get long anywhere near where we are currently. Since I was looking for shorts, I wanted to see if we could sweep these highs before anything happened. And yeah, let me just pull the Bookmap up so you can see what I saw here. And I will pull the DOM up as well. So I usually have my levels marked out on Bookmap as well, but I don't have that on the replay. So anyway, let me take you through what happens here. We are just bidding up. So yeah, the whole time while we're bidding up on ES, VIX was up like 1%. So when VIX is up like around 1%, and I'm coming into supply, and we're in the overbought territory, it just kind of hints that selling could possibly step in, given all those things I just mentioned. So we definitely did not want to be taking any longs in the supply area at these highs in this overbought territory. So I was kind of getting warmed up to a short, and I was noticing that we were taking the highs out as we are bidding up. Nice little push. And then you see how quick, I mean, this is sped up, but this is relatively quickly. We get to a new high day and then we sell off like 6 points very fast. So at this point, I'm thinking that these are sellers stepping in here. And so we start consolidating a little bit, and this is where I am leaning towards a short, and I think VIX was up even maybe at 2% by this point. Like, I was smelling some blood, and I actually believe that my entry point, let me just double check. But yeah, I actually entered right on this like low of the consolidation, which definitely could have been premature. What I usually would like to do during, what I usually want to do during like a consolidation area like this is I would want to wait till one side gets taken out and then we see a reaction. So let's see if we get that. I honestly forget if we get that as how I'm picturing. And then, so I entered at 37, as you could have seen, and my stop was above this consolidation high, and it was at 5640. We actually didn't take the highs of this consolidation out. Since we didn't see like any large aggressive bid stepping in here, it kind of gave me more conviction on the short. But yeah, as you can see, as soon as we broke this low right here, I guess it would be at 37. This is when I was very confident in it. And also, whenever you see the tape speed up a lot, like you saw it sped up and you'll see it speed up again. So see how on the DOM, how we start moving really fast and down. Obviously moving down now, but that is exactly what you want to see when you're in a scalping trade. If you see it moving fast out of your favor, that's probably a major red flag. We got a very sharp sell-off there. And my first contract, I took off right around here at 25. Let me just double check that. First contract off at 24, then 17, then 15.50. So I locked one in right here. And then since we sold off so quick, so sharply, that's what made me comfortable only selling one. Normally I would take two off, but just from reviewing my winning trades, a lot of times I will get out early and my second target will hit if we sell off with this type of speed and sharpness. So since we sold off like that, it made me feel completely comfortable holding two contracts to run instead of normally holding one. So basically at this point, I'm just waiting for one more push, and my actual target in my plan was first target 5608, which did end up hitting. It would have taken a little bit, but it actually did end up hitting. But my next target was, it was going to be under this liquidity you see here, but I actually changed it and moved it up. And then you can see some more bids step in right here. Basically, I was noticing large, aggressive trades hitting the bid. And it looked like it was, well, we were getting some major like absorption on the way down. So I took one off before that, and I took one off like right there, and I walked away from from that. Let's see what my execution time was, just so we could be clear on that. At 45 and 39. So last one, I literally had just taken my last one off like right at this little low, and then the other one was at 38, so like right here. But the reason why I didn't want to hold for the original plan target of 5608 was just because all of this absorption, it's just, whenever you combine all this absorption in these large trades, not moving price as low as it should, it just makes me feel like, well, one, I'm either gonna have to wait a while for that to hit, which I didn't want to do, or it's not gonna hit at all. So yeah, that's what just made me decide to take it off. And yeah, that was the trade. It happened, I think it was like a 30, 40 minute trade or something like that. Yeah, like 40-minute trade roughly. I mean, for me, I've noticed all my winners, the first push will happen within 15 minutes every time that I have a winning trade. So if I don't get a single push, if I don't get my first push within 15 minutes, it's probably gonna stop out on me for a loss. But yeah, the first, I entered right here. So yeah, we got the first push within 5 minutes. And then since we sold off like 12, 13 points in like what yeah, so like if you get like a 12, 13 point sell off in like 3 or 4 minutes, holding runners is not a bad idea. I mean, my usual rule of thumb is to take 2 off at 12 to 13 points, or like 10 to 15 points really. But since we sold off such a large amount in so quick of time, plus VIX was at like 4% by the time that first push was done, it was just, there was no sign for me to exit. So I really got my exit signs when I started seeing a lot of absorption, and I started seeing these larger aggressive orders right here not being able to move price as low as you'd expect them to. So these are basically this is me reading that it's time for me to exit. So yeah, I hope somebody, so yeah, let me know if that breakdown was helpful in any way to you guys. Also, let me know if you guys took any trades today. It's Tuesday, August 20th, by the way. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.